Bro, imagine this. Trump and Putin sit face to face in Alaska for the first big summit of Trump's new term. Everyone's expecting a Ukraine peace deal or at least some major breakthrough. But instead, the country that ended up taking the biggest hit wasn't even in the room. It was India. Tariffs, oil, diplomacy, all tangled up. And the crazy part is, India is now stuck paying the price for a fight it didn't even start. Let me break it down for you. So here's what just happened. Just before the summit, Trump went after India with brutal tariffs. First 25% and then 50%. What is his logic? India has been buying loads of cheap Russian oil since the Ukraine war began, and according to him, that's basically keeping Putin's economy alive. So he decided if India buys oil from Russia, then the US will make India's exports to America ridiculously expensive. Trump even bragged about it. He said, Russia has lost a client, pointing at India. He claimed that India was buying about 40% of its oil from Russia and now that door is shutting. Maybe the exact math is debatable, but the signal was clear. Trump was using India as a bargaining chip against Putin. And then came the Alaska summit. Trump walked into that meeting saying, Look, I've cut off your oil revenue from India. Now let's talk peace. Putin, of course, wasn't thrilled. They spent hours going back and forth on Ukraine. Trump pushed for a ceasefire. Putin said he's open to broader talks but didn't agree to anything specific. Most of the conversation circled around sanctions, energy markets, and how Russia's economy is bleeding. Trump even threw in a warning shot to China, saying if Beijing keeps buying too much Russian oil, they might be next. But he didn't touch China immediately, probably because America still depends too much on Chinese exports. So, what came out of this so called historic summit? Honestly, not much. No ceasefire, no peace roadmap. Trump spun it as a win, saying the tariffs on India forced Putin to the table. But in reality, the person who's really feeling the heat right now, it's us, none other than India. Because with these 50% tariffs about to kick in on August 27th, Indian exporters are in deep trouble. Textiles, IT, pharma, gems, machinery, all of these sectors are suddenly uncompetitive in the US market. At the same time, India now has to rush to find alternative oil suppliers from Saudi, Brazil, even America itself. But all of that oil comes at higher prices, which means inflation back home could get worse. And it's not just India raising eyebrows. In Washington, Democrats are furious. They said tariffing India won't stop Putin. Their argument is why punish New Delhi when the real fight is with Moscow? They want Trump to send more direct military aid to Ukraine instead of playing trade games. And even big economists blasted the move, calling it stupid and warning it could push India closer to Russia and China. For India, this is a classic tightrope. On one side, they need cheap oil to keep their economy stable. On the other side, they can't afford to lose the American market, which is one of the biggest for the Indian exports and IT services. The central government hasn't spoken too loudly in public, but behind the scenes, officials are scrambling, trying to negotiate exemptions or at least soften the blow. They're also reminding Washington that India is a key partner in the Indo Pacific and that pushing India away might actually hurt America's bigger fight, which is against China. So, bro, when you look at the whole picture, the Alaska summit was hyped as a game changer, but it ended up without a ceasefire. Trump is selling it as if he cornered Putin, but in reality, Putin walked away without giving much. India, though, has ended up right in the crossfire, paying more for oil, worrying about exports, and trying to balance between two superpowers. That's the real story behind Trump, Putin, tariffs, and how India got caught in the middle of this geopolitical chessboard. And if you think these tariffs are fair, or if you believe India is just being used as a pawn in someone else's game, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into global politics. See you in the next one.